everyone, this is Talon here with 59 Gaming with a little bit of an update for you if you are confused as to why you are seeing this on this particular channel instead of the usual Nolar channel and my channel when we do these fan-made cards for Dokkan. We have decided to actually bring this over to the 59 Gaming channel to allow the other content creators that sometimes join videos and streams with us to give their thoughts and opinions on some of your cards if they are within the Dokkan community and everything. So this video will be a little bit different. If you have been following Nolar and I for the last few months when we've been doing these fan-made cards and everything like that, we get a lot of responses and everything, and so we figured instead of doing a 3-card pick for me and then a 3-card pick for him, and then, you know, unfortunately not really being able to go through everybody. Unfortunately, we still can't hit all, as you can clearly see, 163 people or anything like that, but you know, it's a little bit, you know, you get a chance, maybe a bigger chance to have your card featured on here because, again, there are going to be 6 different YouTubers in here that will, you know, they'll be cutting over to each of their little clips that they have personally recorded themselves. Each is around 5 to 6 minutes or so, give or take, maybe a little longer, maybe a little shorter, but regardless, just kind of give you guys what we thought was the kind of like the coolest card that we all personally found when looking through all of these. Okay, so again, make sure you guys hit that follow button if you haven't already. Sub, you know, follow us on Twitter, Twitch, all that fun stuff. And let's go ahead and jump in to my personal pick, which was this one right here, entry number 119. All right, so this is, of course, all for the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta here, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first off, unfortunately, whoever did submit this did not include their name. So if you are number 119, then let us know down in the comments below. But anyway, regardless, I personally thought this was actually a pretty cool idea for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I would definitely say I would summon for it if I had the stones and everything. But let's go and take a look. So we have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, obviously, and he's going to be a Super Int type. Leader skill is going to be Super Saiyan 4 category, Ki +4, HP attack and defense up 170%. And then also the Kamehameha category, Ki +4, stats up 150. So definitely a very good leader skill. I would say though, personally, maybe for the Kamehameha category, I would probably change it over to something like GT category. I know it probably never will happen because, again, we all have wanted it around ever since the original Super Saiyan 4s came out and everything. But yeah, you know, we still have the LR Gohan, who is, you know, the Kamehameha category, the main category, Kamehameha category lead right now. So maybe I would change that a little bit, but I can see why you would put that on there because obviously he does the Big Bang Kamehameha and everything like that. So I can easily see why. But anyway, so super attack greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. So taking the exact same motive from the current tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, he does the exact same thing. You don't want him to get super attack in the beginning. You want him to get his attack off first. That way he greatly raises that attack and defense, and then he can somewhat take a hit. Depends on the event that you're going into, but regardless, that's just how it is, right? So anyway, so greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage. Obviously, he's gonna be a TUR card, and then attacked enemies attack and defense minus 59% for 3 turns. That's pretty crazy right there. Now I know probably this would never happen, but again, these are fan-made cards, right? So when I saw that, I was kind of just like, you know, I actually kind of like that. Just being able to say, you know what, I just lowered your attack by 59%, which is kind of like activating the mouse item, or not to the same extent, but almost like having a Whis there. You know, it's very similar to having like the STR Omega Shenron on the team, where just by being there, he lowers the enemy's attack by 40%, which is basically like having a Whis item activated for you. So it's like, you already know, I don't need to lower it. I don't need to use an item in this round or anything like that, for the most part, obviously. So this right here, not only are you raising your own defense greatly for 1 turn, so that means he's going to get some extra defense, and then obviously we'll look at the passive, but then you're going to lower the enemy's attack by another 59%. That's basically going to do absolutely nothing to you, which I guess does fit with the theme of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? I mean, granted, he was not around that long for the show. I mean, in showtime, it was like, what, 15 minutes technically at the most, I believe, and he was invincible for the most part. 2 Super Saiyan 4s fused into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He's going to be powerful, right? So I can see why you'd want to do that. And again, not every event can have their attack lowered, obviously, but on those events that can, looking at you, Super Battle Road, this is going to work out pretty well right there. So Let's take a look what the passive does. So passive, attack and defense up 140%, high chance, which is 70%. It's the exact same as the current Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. 70% chance of evading the enemy's super attacks and countering with tremendous power. Plus an additional attack and defense up 30% for a total of 120 for every super attack countered. Now I'm going to get back to that in a second about why I actually like that, and it's not as OP as a lot of people might think it is, okay? Super Saiyan 4 category allies key +1 attack and defense up 30%, or Kamehameha category allies key +1 attack and defense up 30%. So awesome little support passive right there to help out the teams that he's obviously leading. Again, if I changed the Kamehameha category in terms of the leader skill, then I would probably change that for that last part of the passive right there. But regardless, it all depends on how it come out. So that extra additional attack and defense up 130 or 30% for a total of 120 for every super attack that you actually counter. First off, the counters aren't guaranteed, right? Yes, it is a high chance, but I'm sure all of you have had some moment in time where you've had Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta just decide not to counter the super attack. It's all happened, right? Every single person here that has Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta has had that happen to them, right? So that's just the way it is, unfortunately, right? And then second, in terms of the additional attack and defense of 30%, when are unless you are on Super Battle Road with 5 enemies attacking you all in one spot, right? Because keep in mind, if they super attack in another spot, which granted, you have to realize on the team so far that he's on, you can't find the super attacks to my knowledge. Obviously, unless you bring an item or something like that. So you're not gonna know where the super attacks are. And he's not evading normal attacks. He's only doing it to super attacks and then countering with that. But again, it's only 7% chance. So the chances of you actually hitting that 120% maxed out stat there in terms of for every time you counter a super attack are actually not that high. That being said, though, if it does happen, it actually helps you out quite a bit. And one thing that I could definitely see this working out kind of well for him is if you do unfortunately have to throw him in the first rotation for some reason. Now, granted, he does get attack and defense up 140%, which is way better than the tech one does, because with the tech one, you do not put him in the first slot. You do, you're going to die most parts on harder events, right? So here he's at least got that. But if he does happen to counter a super attack and then gets hit the next turn by something, whether it is another super attack that he doesn't decide to counter or just a normal attack, you've gained a little bit of extra defense right there. That's really helped you out. And again, I'm thinking of like, the most dire situations where you really have to put him there and be like, okay, I guess I got to put this guy in the first slot because the guy who can actually mitigate damage is actually going to take on like 20 attacks there or something like that. Again, exaggerating on some of that stuff, but you guys kind of get the idea, right? So when I saw that, I first thought, I'm like, okay, hang on. What's the catch? And I'm like, okay, he has to actually counter the super attack, right? Which again, there will be maybe a couple of times in something like Super Battle Road where you could counter, I don't know, if you're facing off against, let's see, extreme types. So it's mostly twos. There's some 3s and 5s. Let's say the Ginyu Force, for example, right? You're going against the Ginyu Force or something like that. I'm thinking type Super Battle Road here on extreme. You go against the Ginyu Force and all 4 of them are attacking in the first slot or second slot or something like that. And you put the Gogeta there and they also, and all of them super attack, then oh yeah, Gogeta gonna be doing some mad damage. He's gonna be doing crazy damage because then when he comes back around after another couple turns, yeah, he's gonna be doing good stuff right there. So that's why I personally think this actually isn't that overpowered. Cool mechanic, and I like it actually. Plus he's a support unit, plus he's just a major attacker. Not to mention he's lowering the attack of the enemy just by the super attack and everything. Lowering the defense is kind of whatever, honestly, but regardless, it's still kind of cool. So links. So he's got Super Saiyan, Shocking Speed, Over and Flash, Fuse Fighter, GT, Fierce Battle, and Sand War. I feel like we're missing a link. I don't have the tech one in front of me, but it's almost exactly the same as the tech one, except the tech doesn't have Sand Roar, which is a crazy attack stat. So this actually makes him worthwhile to run along with the other Super Saiyan 4. So Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4 Goku's of that kind of sort. So that's definitely really nice. Obviously, things like Over in a Flash and Fused Fighter and GT got a huge buff when it comes to the link update and everything. So that's actually really good right there. So, and then finally, categories, Super Saiyan 4, Kamehameha, Shadow Dragon, Final Trump card, which is just its last resort. Just stop it. It's last resort, Fusion, and the Savior category. So, okay, so pretty cool right there. So overall, I definitely like this unit. The only downside to being Int, unfortunately, is that you would need at least one dupe to be able to start doing those additional attacks and those criticals. Obviously, I know we have equipment, but generally those really good equipments are rare to find, sometimes, or you have to get really lucky. So definitely a dupe would definitely help with this guy. But regardless, I still like it. I think it's a really cool card. And yeah, can't wait to see what the others have picked. So we'll see you guys at the end.
Hey guys, Nolar here. I am back with my pick for the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta out of your fan-made card submissions. Now, look, there were 162. I got through a good chunk of them. This is the one I think is the most realistic and most interesting out of them all. So, sorry I forgot to put a name to credit the people who did it, but if this is yours, hopefully you're watching this. Dude, I love it. I really do. So Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Primal Instincts United, int typing, which is interesting. I think the last int card was, I think, Go Tanks. Before that was Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta, Goku, I should say. That was pretty good. Could use a little buff, you know, but it's probably gonna be super strength. Let's be real. What is leader skill? Super Saiyan 4, okay. Shadow Dragon Saga, okay. 4 ki, 130 HP, 170 attack and defense. Interesting. I do think we're getting a Super Saiyan 4 lead, and I think he will be it. I would rather have Kamehameha, honestly, because he is just a TUR. But, you know, Shadow Dragon Saga, I wouldn't be upset if he was this leader as well. Alright, so massively raise attack and defense for one turn, causes immense damage to enemy, which is just like the other Super Saiyan 4 LRs. Yep, I totally understand that. Alright, passive, start of turn, attack and defense 120, all enemies minus 30% attack and defense. Okay. High chance of evading enemy super attack and countering with tremendous power. Okay, so you're evading supers and countering, plus an additional attack and defense 44% within the same turn with each attack evaded, including super attack. Okay. Counterattacks guaranteed to evade once activated. Basically, it can evade even if the enemy is MUI Goku that cancels dodging. Ooh, interesting. And so his active skill is this: all enemies' attacks are centered on Gogeta for one turn. Can be activated upon entering attacking turn once only, and he called it the Bluff Kamehameha. So, as I understand it, you got your standard 120 attack and defense start turn, you debuffing the enemy, and then just like high chance of evading super attack and countering tremendous power. So the regular old tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. But he's adding this thing here, plus an additional attack and defense 44% when you activate this, pretty much. And that's pretty cool because you can do it right from the get-go, so it'd be great for Super Battle Road. But this is a strategic thing to consider for longer events because, yeah, maybe there are like 10 attacks in slot 1, right? 5 in the beginning, 5 after. Then, yeah, this is the time to use active skill. So I think it's pretty cool. I think it's really well done. And then this attack and defense stacking is only within the turn that you evade, so that's worth it. Every other normal time when you don't use the active skill, if you manage to counter or dodge and counter a super, you'll get this buff. So I think it's pretty good. All right, Link, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, shocking speed over in a flash, Fuse Fighter, GT Fierce Battle, pretty much the other tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Can't really knock out any of these. I mean, these are all key links, right? Shocking speed's 2 key, 5% defense at level 10. Over in a flash is 3 key, 7% attack. Fuse Fighter, I forgot what the secondary part is, but these are all mostly key links with, like, you know, level 10. If you get them to level 10 secondary effects, can't really knock any of these out, so can't really put a big stacking or a big attack link in there, so that's fine. And this is your SA animation you want to use, all right? Take a look. I think this is okay. All right. Okay. 12 to 26. Yeah, that's pretty good, dude. I think that would be a pretty good, well done animation that Akatsuki Randai would do. So, and categories: Fusion, Last Resort, Shadow Dragon Saga, Super Saiyan 4, Kamehameha. Your typical categories. So yeah, guys, these are really well done. Whoever this is, again, I'm sorry I forgot the username, but awesome work. I hope he comes like this. This would make me really excited to pull for him. So thanks again.
Hello guys, it's Gail here, and we're carrying on with the fan-made cards that we've been speaking about today. Of course, today is SSJ4 Gogeta, so we're looking at a fan's character, or a fan-made card here for SSJ4 Gogeta in Fusion of Rivals Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Pretty good name on for that. What is the typing? Physical. I expected that. I expect that as well, to be honest. I expect that as well. The only other one I would say is possible is int. I feel that they're gonna just invert the typings from like the old Omega Shenron and SSJ4 Gogeta, so the current SSJ4 Gogeta is going to be in or physical. The future Omega Shenron, if you get any, is probably going to be tech. Leader skill: Shadow Dragon Saga, Ki +3, attack and defense 170 and defense 150. Or Super Saiyan 4, HP attack and defense 150, I assume with Ki +3. Pretty on. I think the only thing I'd say is if they don't decide to do a Super Saiyan 4 category for some reason, depending on their intentions, it's possible they'll just switch to Kamehameha, I feel. What is the super attack effect? 100 times Big Bang Kamehameha greatly raises attack and defense for 6 turns and causes immense damage to enemy with a medium chance to stun. A bit much, but again, with Gohan and Frieza being the way they are, doubt that's even close to their potential, you know. I'd say the only way to balance this is probably just reduce the greatly to normal, raises attack and defense for 6 turns and a medium chance to stun, or remove the chance to stun and you're good to go. Passive skill: 130% attack and defense at the start of turn, very good. Medium chance of 59% attack when performing a super attack, or a medium chance of 59% defense when performing a super attack. Really nice. Don't know if they'll do that kind of thing, but it's a very good thing. It kind of balances the unit as well and doesn't make him too crazy. So very nice in that sense. Extreme class enemies, minus 30% attack. Super class enemies attack minus 15%. Doubt they'll split it up. I think it'll focus mainly on extreme class enemies only. So extreme class enemies attack minus 30%, or attack and defense minus 30%, 20%, whatever they do. Don't think they'll split up into extreme or super. High chance to evade enemies, extreme class enemies attack, including super attack, or medium chance to evade super class enemies attack, including super attack, and counters with tremendous power. I think this is a bit much. It's kind of like Vegito Fizz VB that they've tried to make here in terms of like, it's a high chance of dodge evading and then countering with tremendous power. I don't think they will do this. I think they'll just make it a high chance to evade an extreme class enemy super attack, or just make it an enemy super attack. I don't think they'll split it up to extreme and super. They'll just make it even, and I think it'll just be like high chance to evade enemies super attack and counter with tremendous power, exactly like SSJ4 Tech Gogeta. But if they decide to make it a bit further or make it a bit stronger, I think it'll just be high chance to evade enemies attack in general, including super attack, and then counter with tremendous power. I think they won't split it up into super and extreme. It's a good way to balance it, however, as well, so that it's not too crazy overpowered. But yeah, that's my only thing, is I don't think they'll split it up, and I don't think it'll be as powerful as the fan has made it out to be. Links are Super Saiyan Kamehameha, Shocking Speed over in a Flash Fuse Fighter GT Fierce Battle. Pretty much on. I don't think there'll be any difference to the tech one. Maybe just an extra one depending on the active skill. Speaking of which, I don't think they've... Yeah, no, they've not made a mention of the active skill. What I think the active skill will be is going to be the Bluff Kamehameha, where it'll probably debuff the enemy, reduce their attack and defense maybe, or give you a 100% chance to dodge. Something like that, I guess, along those lines. And yeah, that's my thought on the active skill. SSR and TUR art, we've kind of already seen it in the V-Jump, so I'm not going to go and check it out. I mean, we can check what they've put out for the TUR art quickly while we're going through the categories. So categories they've said are Fusion, Shadow Dragon Saga, Kamehameha, Final Trump Card, and Super Saiyan 4. Yeah. Yeah. Don't see anything different. Super Saiyan 4 is, of course, the new category he's added in. So I don't see him being in any other category as far as I can tell. Not off memory. I could be forgetting about a category that he may be involved in. But apart from that, I think the categories are perfectly fine. I think overall he's made a really good card here. I think it's pretty much in line with what I expect. Maybe some changes to the passive, but that's about it. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, man. Good idea, but like the TUR art and SS art are already out, so I don't think they'll change that anytime soon. But yeah, that's all from my end. That's my opinion on what I think SSJ4 Gogeta is gonna be. I'm gonna move on to the next person in line to talk about their thoughts on what SSJ4 Gogeta will be, and they're talking about another fan-made card, of course, as well.
Hey guys, welcome back to 5-9 Gaming. It is your boy Gotcha Talks here. We are going to be looking at your Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta fan-made card ideas. There have been so many great submissions, and unfortunately we can't go through each and single one of them, but we did pick a select few to go over and review. It does not mean all your ideas went to naught. I went through all of these. All right, it took a while, but I read all of them. All of you guys had fantastic ideas, but a lot of them really came down to this one that we are going to be covering. So I was like, oh, you know, for for the most part, this is a general assumption of what the card's going to be, so we'll definitely be getting into that. And by the way, guys, unfortunately, this is an old layout, so your Twitter handles are not going to be displayed here. So if this is yours, right, if you guys recognize, you know, all the stuff in it, please comment down below or tweet us on Twitter so we could be sure to give you, you know, the shout out for making these great cards. So guys, thank you guys again. So let's go ahead and jump into the specifics. We have the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta here. My man here put him as int. I love that. Either int or tech, I'm really cool with. So int 100%, which was a lot of int. So a lot of guys, you know, agree we do need another super int character. So the leader skill that we have here is Shadow Dragon Saga key +4 and 170% across the board, which is amazing. I would actually love that. Great idea. You know, I would love a 4-key leader skill for Shadow Dragon Saga. That would be awesome. And then the Super Saiyan 4 category key 3, HP and attack of 170% and the defense of 130. I personally like 170% HP over 170% defense. I always have. I'd rather have that extra HP, so I definitely like that leader skill personally. So do great job with the leader skill. Love it. And then the super attack effect greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns and causes immense damage. Like this a lot too, you know, giving him that extra defense, you know, for like extreme super battle, stuff like that. Definitely agree. Great idea there, because again, you know, Gogeta units typically are not the craziest defensive units, but I like that idea a lot, man. So great job. His passive that my man wrote here was key 4, attack and defense of 180%, super class allies key +1, attack and defense +30%, which is, that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild, dude. It's pretty wild. So attacks effective against all types, guards against extreme type enemies, great chance to dodge and counter super attacks, crit chance +11% per attack, dodge up to 44%, extreme class allies. Dude, this is sick. This is, dude, this is, if they made this unit, this would top go on. Which, who, you know, we're at a different era now. Like a year ago, if you were to ask, like if I were to read this, I'd be like, nah, there's absolutely no way. But given like the new circumstances and like the new meta that we currently have in dokkan, I could definitely see something like this, dude. That is insane, right? I don't know if they would go this far, right? Because that's a lot. But dude, I'm all for it. This is sick. I love Gogeta. I could tell that you love Gogeta too, dude. This is awesome. I like it a lot. The links, no issue. Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Shocking Speed, Over in a Flash, Choose Fighter, GT, and Fierce Battle. Great link set. Nailed it. You did submit some artwork animation, which is this Super Saiyan 4 Big Bang Kamehameha against Mega Shenron. Definitely like that as the animation. Very cool, dude. And then with the categories, you know, Shadow Dragon Saga, Fusion, Final Jump card, Kamehameha, and Super Saiyan 4. Love the card. Definitely phenomenal card, dude. If they do this or something close to it, huge shout out to you, because this is sick, right? This is amazing, you know. I mean, yeah, dude, this is pretty dope. So again, if this was your submission, definitely let us know in the comments or tag us on Twitter so we could, you know, definitely give you guys the credit for it. We apologize that this is an old forum, so you know your Twitter handles will not be here, right? And excuse me if I said Twitter, you know, definitely go to Twitter or just comment down below. Can't wait, guys. Again, thank you guys so much for it, and we'll go ahead and pass myself on to the next person who's gonna be checking out one of these bad boys. See you guys later.
All right, guys, so there we go. We have gone through all of our own personal picks in terms of the fan-made cards for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Again, we're sorry if we're not able to get all of them. Obviously, 163 responses is just, it's moody. It's impossible, right? But regardless, we hope you enjoyed. Let us know your thoughts down below. If you did make a card yourself, what was that card? And if you enjoyed the cards that we picked, what was your favorite pick out of all of these cards right here? Or if you're watching this after the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta has been officially announced / released, how would you compare them? Do you wish that they changed this a little bit? Let us know all your thoughts down below in the comments as always. So anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for the video though. Let us know your thoughts below in the comments as always. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you happen to be new. And until next time, everyone, we'll see you all in the next one. Johnny.